Okay, that's a change from last week.
Last Friday, Shawty was crying. But she's good now.
Yeah,
she's good now.
Yeah, I'm good. How was y'all week?
Man, it's been long for me. It's been bad, but I'm happy. My cousin's in a better place. But other than that, I'm not even mad about it because he was suffering.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when it's a little
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So but other than that, so I won't complain because I know my cousin ain't complaining. He happy, so I'm happy too. Yep.
And rest in peace. We are sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We are definitely here for you.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you. How was your week?
My week was good. It was kind of busy but smooth. I can't complain. I'm glad the weekend is here.
Right.
And that's it. Ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
Got a party set for tomorrow. Me and the hubby and a couple other friends and stuff, little couples and stuff like that. So a party tomorrow, and that's about it. What's going on with y'all?
Nothing. Pretty good week for me. Busy. Got me doing the online courses at work. But other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, we're going to jump right on to this thing. It's Friday. We can get out here.
It's Friday. We hope y'all had a great week, too.
Yeah.
For who's out there watching us. Hope y'all had a good old week. Hope you and your family are doing fine. Excuse me how I sound. I think I'm trying to catch a cold. Is the pollen bothering anybody? Because it's sure fucking me up. And it didn't used to fuck me up, but it's fucking me up.
I think the pollen bothering everybody.
Yeah, they say
I don't even have
that's
sinus problems bad like that, and it was getting to me earlier this week.
Yeah, they say people who has never bothered before it's starting to bother them. So yeah, it got me sounding crazy. So don't be acting like why she sound like that.
They had one of the
got
highest.
Ross on the show today.
They had one of the highest pollen counts like the last few days, so I could see that missing a lot of people. But I think it was like my friend Avery, I think she sent it to me like 14,000 or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's getting me.
Yeah, it was bad. So yeah.
Boys are suffering. They got that allergy stuff, trees, grass, and all of that. So they.
Oh really?
Struggle.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
We are here, episode 15.
Yep, episode 15, y'all. We getting we pushing on through. We're gonna be at 100 in a minute, but
Absolutely.
We're gonna start doing 3 a week then, so we can get to 100.
Woo, child, no. Listen here. One is already work. Yes. So we gonna get to episode 100. We gonna get there. I can't wait till we get to 20. Yeah, we gonna have to do something real
I was
big.
gonna say we're gonna have to have a party or something too.
We're gonna have to do
20. We get to 20, we're gonna have a party. Yeah, we're gonna have something. But but since you started, talking about what they got you doing at work, we're gonna go ahead and start this workplace drama stuff. What we got? What we talking about with the workplace drama?
So I don't know if drama is a part of it. I mean, like overall with coworkers, it's like people are battling unnecessarily. Like y'all not even in the same department, y'all don't work side by side. Why is everything a problem? And then I guess for me, I feel like chain of command is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a problem with somebody, go to your direct supervisor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't jump over everybody straight to HR. And when HR send an email or come find out, nobody know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, it's definitely a chain of command that's supposed to be, in place anyway. You ain't even supposed to just go to HR.
Exactly. I mean, and like that's put in place. Like we've been told, follow your chain of command. Talk to somebody, within the department. Let's try to work it out in here before y'all start going outside.
Right.
But I mean, down to, I'm talking super personal. Y'all used to be friends. Y'all done went on a trip together, got pissed off on the trip. You left the girl down there.
Oh Lord,
y'all
this ain't nobody work with you. Oh
Well,
Lord,
honey,
I hope they ain't. Well, I just
baby, you sitting here telling them folks big.
Oh, they put it out. They ain't talking about it around the
I mean, I guess we are sisters
put
with
it out on social media.
we sisters with tea, so we supposed to put it out there.
Well, I ain't calling none of them, but
she done came with the pipe and hot.
I'm just like I be like it's a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of backbiting and I be like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
How is all of y'all personal shit at the job?
Right.
I hang out with some of my coworkers personally.
Mm-hmm.
You would never know.
Yeah.
Because what's outside of work is outside of work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really cool with one of my coworkers. If I ever got reprimanded for something, I'm just reprimanded. I can't be just because I hang out with somebody. You know what I mean? Come on. And it carries over. And now you got your work is being affected.
Right.
Now you missing errors because you beef with this person. You need their help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's come on. When are we adults? At what point are we adults? And you leave that childish shit outside. If you have a job, everybody holler, I'm grown. I don't know. I feel like maybe I was because it was pissing me off, but they wouldn't let me say nothing.
It was pissing her off so bad. She said, "This is my fucking topic."
Yeah. She gonna talk about it in public.
Yes,
for everybody.
She on here right now. She eating y'all up. I'm gonna eat them up on here. That's what she doing.
Well, I mean, so am I overthinking this? Like, am I just going too far with it? I feel like
I'm gonna tell you, I don't recall ever having work drama.
Yeah.
Work issues. I don't
either.
recall ever. Well, and then probably because I'm just the type of person, honestly, everybody always say I got the bitch face, the resting bitch face. So people don't really,
Okay, so what about this? So you've been you're in management, management, supervisor roles and stuff like that.
Right.
Being on that end,
yeah.
How do you deal with
now,
or you know what I'm saying, or manage people who you know are having conflicts, and it's affecting the job? So that's more so what I'm looking at because I'm on the management side. So it's hard to sit back and I know y'all full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I really can't speak on it.
Yeah. So when I was in management and I would have people, I actually had a couple of times, you gonna move into another department.
You have that, they go. You
definitely can do that. But I've had that before, and I actually just had to pull them into the office and be like, "Look, hey, at the end of the day, I'm not asking y'all to be friends. I'm not. But we gonna get this work done, and we gonna do it in an adult way. I don't care that y'all don't like it. Send an email. Y'all ain't gotta talk. Send an email to each other or whatever. But we gonna make sure we get this work done. So I have had that type of situation, and then after I kind of did that, it kind of died down. Like I never had to get to the point where I had to escalate, the issue or anything. But I think with me, a lot of people, that was on my team, they were like, yeah, I mean, because everybody was grown, they came in, did their work, and going on. But now you always gonna have a couple, because I think maybe like 5 years ago, it was some little young, some little young kids,
grown.
Oh no,
30s.
See, I'm not doing that.
You want your job. You want your job.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like
that's
I had to tell one guy, like, hey, bro, your wife don't even work. You the breadwinner. You can't be in here beefing with a little 20-year-old about something because he lose his job. He going back to his mama house. You lose yours. You and your family might have to go back to your mama house.
Right. See,
like
a lot
you got
of them will continue to do that, especially if management is not playing their part.
Exactly.
If y'all keep letting it slide, they're gonna keep sliding.
Oh yeah.
So
it got to the point it had to be checked, but it's always something. Then it's going to other people. Then when you start making examples out of folks, now people mad. Well, come on, you had to know something was gonna come down the pipeline,
right?
Because y'all won't stop.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying that, something happened on his job. A girl was injured, and he kind of let her do some light work. He told her, look, you can't keep doing this. You gotta either work your regular shift or go home.
Right.
Well, she was displeased with what he said and sent the email straight to the top. So now you got mid-management coming down like, hold on, you know what I mean? It end up backfiring on her because you came to work with the injury.
Right.
Because you don't want to lose no time. So you messed yourself up, but it's like, use the chain of command. It quells so much. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to that round table, recorded conversations and paperwork.
Yeah.
You should out of love.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, so it just kind of had me on. Yeah, had me to a point I was bored, and I gotta have a conversation about this. Maybe they will listen to the show and hear me when I say cut that shit out.
Cut that shit
Yeah.
out.
And hear me when I say you're fucking fired. You know, you're fucking fired, and that's just all to it.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you on the HR side,
Uh-huh.
so you see things differently. So
I'm a
you,
whole manager.
Yeah.
So yes, that's why I
Right.
say you don't get too many chances.
yeah,
But we don't shout out to Big Girl Leary, all of my folks who watch it. We don't have we haven't had those issues. That's really like kind of like out in the warehouse part.
Okay.
But like the office part, everything runs smooth. My only issue with work, since we are talking about work, is people please let a sister get in her office good enough. You know,
They be
you
trying
know,
to talk to
let
you.
me pour my coffee first, okay? That first thing talking in the morning. Do y'all have a coworker or whoever employees that just want to talk as soon as you walk through the door? Don't give you a chance to put your bag down.
child.
Open
Waiting
up
at
your laptop.
I'm trying to put my key in the door to open,
Yeah.
and y'all standing next to me,
Yeah.
gonna walk in with me.
I ain't have those
Well,
problems.
see, people are
I
coming,
walk right
they're
up-
not coming to me with problems. It's just, I know, me just talking to everybody so nice, and Leary always be like, you're just too nice, everybody just gotta come talk to you. But sometimes that will backfire on you, because sometimes you just want to be in the zone, and you just want to be left alone. You know, and it's just like, oh my God, here comes such and such.
Mine
See,
be
when-
work questions. Like,
Yeah,
as soon as you get, oh, can you look at this right quick?
yeah.
My hands full of shit. How to look at it?
Soon as I
I can
used
turn
to,
my computer on.
as soon as I get to work, I used to open my door, close it right then. I ain't even give him a chance. It's open,
Yeah.
close, and I kept it closed until I got
Was
myself
ready.
together.
Right,
And
absolutely.
then I would
Yeah.
open it, and then I'd be like, "Hey y'all, okay, what's up? What y'all got
Right.
going on out
Yeah,
here?"
exactly.
You know. But before that, no, it was just like, "Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning." Going on, shut the door. They already knew, you know, not to kind of about, you know, they might send me a little message like, "Hey, when you get a minute, you
Yeah.
know, can I talk to you?" Like, yeah, okay, cool. But like that bombarding me and stuff,
Right.
It's
I
like,
knew.
sounds like you have to. Like, I literally have to close my door, turn my light off.
Yeah, that's because they're still
So
not.
y'all,
Yeah.
I don't
and
miss
see,
that. I don't
my
miss
office
that.
has a window. When
Oh,
you walk
so they
by
can
my
see
house, they tapping any goddamn way, light off and everything. I be sitting like a fucking statue.
Like a mannequin, doing the mannequin challenge.
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
shit. Be typing, ain't moving a goddamn muscle.
Just because you see me don't mean I'm in here. Like, no. Yeah, that workplace drama, it can be something else.
It's-
It
Look,
really can.
they would you just start putting their ass on the pip. Them goddamn black folk don't like me put on the pip. You hear me?
Hey, we got
They-
plenty of
you-
people walking
Man,
around
you
that
put
job.
their ass on the pip.
Yeah,
They know
we-
they got
I mean,
45 days to get
Yeah.
done.
my counterpart, the supervisor I work side by side with, I'm starting calling that bitch Gladys. Cause it's pips all in that motherfucker.
Listen,
Y'all doing
I
something.
was.
You better hope they don't see you.
Look,
You better
soon as
hope
they
don't see
act
this.
up, I used to put their ass on the pip. I ain't do it but 2 times. Though.
Yeah.
I ain't have to do it but 2 times. You know, I was blessed to actually have some really decent people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but
And it sounds like it's the females.
Yeah, cause I know we got 2 guys that work,
Yeah.
and one is our director, and the other one is, just a coworker.
oh, it was dudes for me. The 2 dudes I had, the 2 people I had problem with were dudes. Yeah. So,
Who else got drama at the workplace? Or just, people stressing you out at work?
It's a mess.
y'all better leave them folks alone if y'all need that job. Now, goddamn it, y'all better go to work and do your work. So y'all,
Absolutely.
they itching to find folk now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be
They-
playing with them
yeah.
folks up in the workplace.
No,
They
need
itching
no
to do it now.
reason.
I'm looking for a reason.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they are.
They don't do it, Trump gonna do it.
Right. Yeah. So either way, it's gonna get done. So they better pipe down.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. All right.
Well, we
So
hope things get better for you.
yes,
Well,
definitely.
Appreciate that.
The stress that they're giving you and the drama. that
I'm
you
about
got
to be a
going.
whole alcoholic. I
Oh,
swear.
Oh, the
Lord.
job getting you like that, baby. It's time to go.
It is. It's time.
It's time to go.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
probably
mm.
alcoholic before I started.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's why I ain't even entertained it like that.
Go ahead,
So
bitch.
anyway, so all right, ladies. So Do y'all find yourself feeling drained from listening to the same people, the same problems? I'm sorry, over and over from people that are close to y'all, like the same old shit, same old shit. Y'all done heard their problem. You like, look, just do this, and then they come back same shit. So, what you got? What you got for this?
Yeah, I have that. I have that a lot from quite a few people.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't one of them.
Well, I've had that before. I have that.
I ain't one of them. Right?
No, you
Okay.
if you were, I wouldn't.
I don't know the fuck if I was. You
I
gonna hear
wouldn't
me?
be telling it on the show.
I'm
Well,
laughing.
I'm not gonna tell our own team.
No,
No.
I'm laughing because I know damn well that ain't me. Because I beat myself up. I'm like, bitch, you just gonna keep going through the same shit, huh?
Same
So,
shit. That's how I feel.
ain't nobody gotta get me. I'm
It's
getting
like,
myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep calling you with the same problem. You keep helping them with the same problem. It's the same bullshit. Ain't nothing changing. I can't stand the ones that take it to social media. You know, like
Lord.
if you know you've helped some, try to help someone. And then they don't want the help. And then you see them on social media with the same bullshit. I can't. I just can't. You might need to come back to me because I might say the wrong thing.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and I don't want to blast people I'm talking about. So I'm gonna let Keisha take the mic.
You done? Or
Yeah,
we coming back?
Yeah,
We coming back. Okay, we gonna come back. All right.
Make sure
Calm down.
She done got mad
The
again.
T-boy.
Make sure I bring it down.
That's
That's why I was like, I might need to change my topic and talk about Anthony.
I
Ant-Man.
do want to hit
because
that. Like,
That's a
I
good
feel like
topic.
if
Though.
I say something on this and the hubby was like, babe, you might not need to do that one because that person is definitely going to know. So, yeah, that happened to us before where someone felt a little like we was throwing shade at them. So maybe this topic, I don't want that person to feel that way. So maybe I need to just take a minute.
so
Well, everybody gonna always feel like shade being thrown at them
everybody.
when they know they're guilty of certain stuff. So no, we gonna keep our topics now.
But my thing about that is, I think you're doing too
What
much.
was that?
Like, cause you doing too much to think we would base our show on you.
On one person.
So I mean, don't put yourself that far up on our pedestal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Come on. Yeah. We talk about a lot of motherfuckers. A lot of people. Between three of us, we got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we got multiple friends with some of the same shit.
Right.
Ironically, so
But you're able to say that because if me and Carla say something, then it's what we said, because you always get a pass. The viewers tend to give you a pass. It's us when we say something.
Yeah, we the mean girls.
Yeah, we're the mean girls, and we were talking about them. You might say the same shit that we said.
Yep.
I might call a name.
You might say the name, and they be like, y'all told Keisha to say that. Y'all told her to say that.
Keisha didn't say it with an attitude.
She ain't say it like y'all said it.
Yeah. So
she ain't really mean that shit. She was just trying to join in with y'all.
Yeah. So that's the thing with that right there.
Ain't that some shit?
Absolutely. But yes, I've had people that call me with the same drama, and I feel like, are you a bad friend if you're tired of hearing your friend call you with the same mess, the same story?
No, I think you're a bad friend if you don't tell your friend. I'm sick of you calling me with the same shit. What are we gonna do to change this? Because you can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results.
Yeah.
So I think you would be a bad friend if you don't say that to their ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you said that.
Yeah. Because I have friends that will call me and be like, hey, look, bitch, I know you gonna tell me. So what you think about this?
Right.
I know you gonna tell me the truth. Mm-hmm. And I even asked him, I be like, so you got friends that won't tell you that? I'm like, yeah, I do. And I be like, well, that's not your friend. Because they not gonna tell you.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat it. Like, if I'm coming to you, I want you to be upfront with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just looking for another opinion, whether it's to agree with you or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me ask your opinion on this.
Right.
But I can't keep coming back. Once I ask your opinion, I need to make a move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On whether it's what you say or the opposite.
Right.
But I shouldn't come back to you or anybody else with the same shit.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
then you
whether
keep
it's
it-
in
you keep it real
relationship,
with it.
work, or
Right.
whatever it is. You know, I had no girl who she kept coming to me about her husband.
Yeah.
And finally I was like, girl, I said, if you're not gonna change it, I said, you can't keep telling me this thing.
Yeah.
It was draining me.
But
That's
why
been-
even talk
I've been
about
there.
it? Why even
Yeah.
talk about it if you're not making any kind of changes? I guess that's
that's
I
what
guess
I want to
that's-
know.
yeah,
So
I
that's
guess
why I'm
that's
saying,
my
am I a
thing.
bad friend because I just cut it off? Like I don't take calls anymore.
Maybe are they looking for you to give them a reason, looking for the reason that they want? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I be trying to understand people reasoning
Right.
for the shit they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you come to me with something like, I can't keep explaining to you why your husband ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You telling me this, I'm giving you my opinion. If I've had that experience and I can share, you know what I'm saying, what happened to him on that, you know, or how we managed to get through that or whatever. That's the only thing I can do is give you my opinion
Right.
on certain things. And then you have to move accordingly.
Absolutely.
But you can't come back 6 months later. It's the same shit.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, you stayed? Yeah, I'm good. I don't
Yeah.
need
Because I'm being, you know, even like throwing my situation when I was married out there. When I first, well, of course, we was married for a little while, and when I found out he cheated on me the first time, I stayed.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember calling, talking to, you know, friends about it or whatever or something like that. Now, when that motherfucker did it a second time, and I found out, I didn't call and tell her, not now.
No, 'cause
I ain't
at that
calling
point,
because
it's
at
like,
that
girl,
point, what am I calling to tell?
Yeah.
Because see, now they gonna
I
people
look like
looking
a
at
fool.
me
You like
like,
a fool,
okay,
right.
well you stupid. You went through this already.
Mhm.
So after the second time, I made a decision. Okay, well you're not gonna change.
Yeah.
So I start getting my shit together to go ahead and divorce him. So that's my point. Like when I made the decision to talk to friends the first time,
Yeah.
that was that. But when that nigga did it the second time, that was a wrap. I wasn't gonna never take that to nobody. I think you even said to me one time, like, damn, CP, you ain't even tell me all that was going on.
Mhm.
Even when me and him was fighting. I think I told y'all when we was on our trip, right?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
about the cheating. I didn't know about the fighting.
Yeah, like
That's when we was
even
like,
us
whoa.
fighting, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, ain't no point in telling
Yeah.
stuff still when
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, cause
Yeah,
I'm finna leave
especially- yeah.
anyway.
I'm
So
not
it don't
telling
even
if
matter.
I'm not prepared to leave.
Right.
If I know I'm really not going anywhere, I'm not telling.
Right.
I'm gonna tell it when I know I'm out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
See, but I did the opposite. I stopped telling even though I knew I was out.
yeah,
Gonna be out. You know, I just stopped talking about it because at that point he ain't even worth the discussion.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So my thing is I don't understand how anybody is still even wanting to continue to have multiple discussions about the
On the same
same
shit.
person,
Right.
about the same shit
Yeah.
anyway.
You have to be
Like-
thinking at some point. They got it.
I
But
don't
some
think
people
they
say
do.
it.
I
I
don't
know
think they
you're
do.
tired of me. Some people say that.
They'll say
I
that
know
they
you
know
t-
it, but they still
and they
will
still
keep-
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you
And it's
you
like,
saying
what are
shit
we
just
gonna
to be
do
saying.
here? What are we gonna do about this?
Yeah.
Even I have a friend that has called me about a job, and then you help them out with the job, or you give them leads, or you give them all the tools where you know I got you. You're gonna get in the door.
And they still don't do that.
They still don't do nothing.
You
And then
don't
you
work.
go to social media where you're whining and crying because things aren't going right in your life.
And because ain't nobody gonna
I
help
cut you off.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm a bad friend, but I can't because I've tried to help you.
Yeah.
We've
Ain't
been
so
the
much
ones
you
with the
can do.
relationship problems. Like we've been having these relationship problems for far too long now. Let's do something about this, okay?
Take a sip.
Because I know I said my ears and my shoulders are always available, but goddamn it, they're not no more. How about that? I'm deaf.
Well, look, you were
I'm
being
deaf.
you,
I can't hear
you were
shit.
look, you were being nice and a good friend to even
Yes.
say that to
Yes.
multiple people.
Absolutely.
Anyway, because I mean, like, I ain't out here just saying that to a whole bunch of folks.
Yeah.
I probably got like 3 folks, maybe 4 that I would even like welcome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To even come to me
Like that. Okay.
to
Right.
even do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like, bruh,
Yeah.
what we talking about right now? We
We ain't
we
talking
in-
about that now,
we
'cause I'm done.
yeah, we in 2025. We ain't got no business still talking about the same. I seen somebody put on social media the other day that is 10 women to 1 man.
Right.
Mhm.
And then they were like, you know, explain why you're different. I literally saw women on there trying to explain why they different. I looked at the post and laughed because first of all, Negro, I don't care to tell nobody what make me different.
Right.
If your black ass
Especially
can't
if we
see
not
that,
working to get
if
something.
you can't
Yeah.
see that on your own,
Right.
I don't need to explain nothing. Not nothing to you. So that's that. I thought that was funny. I literally looked at just looking at the comments to see who I'm talking about. I know that was off topic, but anyway,
No,
I just
I
thought
mean,
I thought that was
Yeah.
funny. I was like, these bitches really on here explaining
I wouldn't-
why
I
they
wouldn't.
why they
Especially
different.
If it's not, if we were talking, if I was in a get to know stage with somebody, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And because you got some men who lump all women in the same category.
right.
Like, now you can't compare me to them chicks because of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I ain't necessarily trying to sell myself to this motherfucker,
Right.
Right.
but at some point you ought to be able to peep what's different with me anyway.
Right.
That's why you came for me.
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be on no post.
Oh yeah, they was all on
Yeah,
that post.
I was right on past that type of stuff myself.
That's
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah, it
It's
was
definitely
crazy.
a bit much. But
It was
y'all
crazy.
have at it if that's what y'all
Right.
Yeah.
Let them know why y'all different, so they can be
And see
different
if they
with every
choose you.
last one of y'all. So they can still have every last one of y'all and just be different. Like, bruh, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Crazy stuff. Anyway, okay. Well, that was a good topic. I like that.
That was a good topic.
Yeah, because we definitely everybody has somebody that can be that. Anyway. So, all right. So, what do y'all think? And I know I'm probably gonna have to be the one to really answer this. Hell yeah. Oh y'all.
In the group. Yeah.
But anyhow, what is the downside of not having kids? Not ever having kids. I want y'all perspective. I know y'all got kids, but what would you
I get it.
assume or think would be the downside?
So, in my opinion, or from what I've seen, because I have a few, other than you, I have a few girlfriends who don't have children.
Okay.
And one girl in particular, she's an only child, and then she doesn't have any children. So it's kind of like when it comes down to your legacy, so to speak,
right,
or your belonging, who do you leave things to?
right.
You know what I'm saying? You have nobody to pass, so now you gotta pick a niece or nephew. You might not have, in this case,
she don't have.
She's
that.
the only child.
Right.
I think her dad has her dad has a couple of children. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So like you reaching cousins to leave your things to. So to me, I think that that's a hard thing to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? God forbid if
legacy
your mom,
wise,
right? You know what I'm saying? Or if your mom goes, you know what I'm saying? Or if your parents go before you, you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna take care of your things when you pass? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a best friend or a godchild, or you know what I'm saying, something like that,
right?
So those are the things that I think about. All those stuff is, you know what I'm saying, material, but it's just a thought. You know what I'm saying? Of damn, I don't have nobody to leave my stuff to.
She ain't gonna know. She gone.
But if she wants to write out a will, you know what I'm saying? So now that your stuff go to the states, and they just hold your shit until whatever they do with it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the downside of it. You know what I mean? Other than that, you live your best life. You kind of go as you please. If you got nieces and nephews, godchildren, then you know what I mean. You're a major part of their lives. Then then that's beneficial. But for me, that's the only downside that I see.
About you?
I don't see a downside.
You don't?
No. I'm glad. I'm thankful I have kids. Like they are my best friends. They turn into just be your best little buddies. So kids are freaking awesome. Sorry, grandchildren. Shout out to Chan. But I feel like for those who have kids, shout out to y'all, and you're happy about it. All right. For those who don't have kids, the thing is, I won't say you.
But you just saying in general.
If they want children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you wanted kids or if you're fine with not having kids, it's whatever works for you in your life.
Yeah, you got some people who don't want children.
Who don't want
and I
children,
know a lot of
like,
people who didn't. who don't, and they
like
don't
Mary
have
J.
it.
Blige,
Yeah.
people were chewing into her. They was like, because mad at her a few years ago because she said she's fine with not having kids. She never wanted kids. It's not like she tried and couldn't. She never wanted kids. So if that's that person, hey, there's no downside to it.
Right.
Yeah.
You live your life. Like, keep it on.
And
for those, I feel sorry for those who
wanted it and they
can't.
couldn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the sucky part right there.
Yeah. So I definitely see a downside to it. And I was partly like Mary J for a long time. Like, I didn't want kids at all.
Yeah.
I didn't start thinking about the possibility of kids until I got about 29, 30.
Yeah.
Then I started thinking, like, you know what? Okay, I do want kids. And then when I started trying, I could never get pregnant.
Yeah.
So I was messed up for a little while about that because I'm like, damn, now I want kids and I can't have none, you know, stuff like that. So I was a little sad at first, but then I just started, you know, the world happened.
Right.
And then it's like, you know what, this shit, God knew what they were doing. He knew what they were doing. You need done, you know what I'm saying? So then I was like, shoot, anyway, I got my nephew, I got my goddaughter, you know, it ain't like I'm missing it, you know, when them little mugs get on my nerve, I can send them on back or whatever. But now the downside for me that I've started thinking about lately is, you know, let's just say I'm single for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck gonna take care of my old ass?
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying.
There.
So that to me is the downside because now I don't have that kid that's gonna be like, "Mama, hey, I got you." Like how I am with my dad. You know, my dad already know it. Don't matter long as Kiwana here, you gonna be good.
But
Because
you
I'm
have a
good.
great relationship with Malik,
have that
so,
relationship.
Yeah, so that makes up for that.
Well,
but I know it's nothing like
but
your
it's
own.
still,
right.
Yeah, because it's even though me and him have that relationship, it's still probably not. I still kind of look at it like it ain't really his responsibility more so. Like I would expect it to be if it was my own child.
Right.
So now I think Malik would definitely be good
because
with it.
y'all
You know what I'm saying?
that type of relationship.
Right. But you know, I just look at that would be that. You know, I've started thinking about that the older I get and still single, and I really see myself being single for another topic. But I don't.
Well,
you know, like
so.
yeah. I hope not. But I mean, you know, my tolerance level is so different now. The older I get, I tolerate bullshit way less. Like
zero.
Soon as it start, bruh, bye. You know. So like I probably done passed up on a good dude just giving up because of something stupid at the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so that's why I say that's the only thing I look at. And then like with my situation, what I have is anything that I leave behind is gonna go to my nephew.
Right.
So I'm blessed to be able to have him to at least say it's gonna go to him.
Right.
You know, and I just talked to him like, hey, look, bro, all this shit going to you. You do what you want to do with it. Auntie ain't gonna be mad, whatever decision you decide. Because, like you said, I'm gone.
Right.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna know. I don't need it anyway. You do what you gotta do with it. You know, so yeah, but that's the downside to me. Like I said, you have nobody to look forward to take care of you, and then, you know,
and yeah, I get that, and you know, maybe you won't as you get older, you won't really need nobody to take care of you. You know, you got old people out here that's
doing
they still doing, they still
well, yeah,
doing it,
for
doing
sure.
it well,
Yeah, my daddy won them shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
So yeah,
You're right.
People in their late 80s and
Mhm.
90s
Yeah.
driving,
living
on
on
their
themselves,
own.
just
Yeah.
the kids coming over to visit them, like all of that. So
Right.
let's not hope that is you. You know,
No, I know.
You'll be just fine. So that's why I say, kids, no kids, hey, do your thing, kids. Do your
And then
thing.
if y'all black asses still around, y'all better goddamn help us sister out.
There's gonna be no cat.
Yeah.
Oh shit, no, I hate cats, so you ain't gotta ever worry about that. I can't stand cats, so
Yeah, okay. Definitely here.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, cool,
But
y'all.
that's the same thing with my son. I don't think he wants kids. I think he's fine not having any kids. You know?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So some people just like that. You know.
Yeah.
comfortable being able to come and go as you please.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Right.
You know, I've seen where people be like, "Oh, if you're a woman and you don't want kids, you know, you're a disgrace." Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was
Oh, yeah.
tearing into marriage and blacks. They was
I've seen that a
upset.
lot.
Really?
But she was just like, I never wanted kids. She's never wanted children. She said.
But you gotta, I think you have to consider people's upbringing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on how some people came up,
Right.
you may not think you're fit to be a parent.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people should not have had kids.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Whole lot
Yeah.
of.
Exactly. So you can't, you know what I mean, dog people for their feelings, their opinion, because we all have them. But what if something in Mary's childhood made her feel that way? I
Right.
don't want to bring a child in to be raised, possibly or grow up how I did.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what people don't think, they just so quick to
Exactly.
judge.
Right.
And
You know
Mary
that you
owed
don't
no
think-
one an explanation.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your opinion of me don't have nothing to do with me.
Right. Yep.
However you feel,
Some
don't have
people
nothing to
will
do with
say,
me.
"Oh, and those people who don't have children can't really speak on parenting and this, and that."
Oh, I used
All
to
of
get that a lot of
Yeah.
times. Yeah. A lot of people
Everybody
tell
has
me that.
their own opinion.
Yeah.
And then if you have nephews and nieces or
Right.
whatever, that you're an intricate part of their life, then you do have a say. You know what I'm saying? You have an opinion. You know?
I think as a woman, period, you just have that for the most part. I ain't gonna say all women, but a lot of women just kind of have that
Intuition.
motherly intuition anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even like with people, kids, I don't know. You know, I just be like, I mean, we done been at a bowling alley before. Little kid just running around there, and I'm like, hey, where your mom and daddy?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
little stuff like
You be
that. Like,
sympathetic for
if
kids.
I literally didn't have the motherly instinct in me,
Yeah.
that wouldn't have fucking bothered me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I watch some women that they like,
Mhm.
they don't care.
Mm.
But I don't like to see little kids just
No.
wandering around without an adult.
No.
I don't. That bothers me.
I
Yeah.
might get like that if they bad. They just doing some bad shit. Running
do
up,
what?
knocking people. I said I might be like that, have that attitude if the child is bad.
Yeah.
You just running through, knocking people's stuff over. And, you know, then I
Yeah.
might be like, somebody kick this little motherfucker. I ain't saying
Yeah.
shit. You know? So, there might
Yeah.
be certain reasons why I do that. But yeah, typically, yeah, your heart immediately is you know, even if you see a baby cry or something,
Yeah.
Right.
oh no, if they run into you, like, oh, he gonna fall.
Mhm.
You know, so, but
Yeah.
Yeah. It's whatever works for you.
yeah, whatever's best for
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't stress about what you can't take with you, baby.
That part.
Because when the Lord said you gotta come home, baby, He said leave all of that there. It does not matter. You coming on home, and what's here, baby, is nothing but gold.
You get there and
You
try
got
to
the little
negotiate with
pastor
him
voice
about
on right there.
I
didn't
did. Y'all caught that?
you? Girl, you so damn pretty.
who was that Marvin Sapp boy?
Oh, no, definitely not Marvin.
Lord.
That wasn't Marvin.
See that shit? We got cut, y'all. Cut. We in this.
That was just straight up Sister Smith. That wasn't no Marvin Sapp. And what we not gonna do is have the church folks mad at us. Okay? You know?
Y'all can be mad. Just keep watching. They
Right.
don't care about you, man.
Okay. Pissed off. I'm talking about my Marvin Sapp.
Watch us next week and see if we bring them up again.
For sure.
We definitely got to drop, speak on that Anthony Edwards. I read a little bit on that. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's a.
I think it's on both. They're both wrong to me. I mean, because at the end of the day, I like how he did do what he did. I mean, but at the same time, at the end of the day, the child suffers.
Right.
You know, I feel sorry for the child. It doesn't matter if he paid all that money up front. At the end of the day, that child is going to be like, why my daddy didn't want me? You know what I'm saying? So I hope on down the line, he will eventually change his mind and want to have a relationship with the child. True enough, Aisha, he said, I don't want no parts with you. You were supposed to get an abortion and didn't, but she shot that down and said that was not true. And people need to stop lying on her name. But as far as the kids, and then you know
he said he gave her $100K.
she said it wasn't true. And then you know who you are. So this is not the first baby. And then all the other women have showed text messages where he's having sex with these women raw. And then when they get pregnant, you're asking them to take the abortion pill. Like that's no longer your call. You
Right.
should have been strapping it up
Maybe.
because of who you are. I mean, that's just period. Not
Exactly.
even shout out to you broke niggas too. Just strap it up, period. You know what I'm saying?
They-
They
look,
to me. If you don't want kids,
They the
Yeah.
main,
don't
they the
get
main
your shit
ones
clipped.
that need to do it.
Right.
The broke
Yeah.
ones.
So
At least Anthony can pay something off.
yeah, he
And
can pay
right.
some off, but you're gonna find yourself paying a whole lot more because you keep going in these women
'Cause you
wrong.
ain't
This is
always
like,
gonna be
yeah,
having this money.
right.
You know
Well,
what I'm
you
saying?
know what? Don't tell him that when his ass walking around here with all kind of diseases,
Yeah,
and he
just
can't
that
even get his
too.
dick up anyway. So
Right.
I mean,
So it's
But
like,
and then you quick to drop this money on the chicks just to be gone. Are these women financially stable in their, mind wise? You know what I'm
but
saying?
she, if whatever
make
he drops,
sure
she can't come back and get more.
yeah, she
I'm
can.
just,
Yeah,
but
he
what I'm
dropped
saying
over
is,
$1
if you
million to
blow
her.
through this
Yeah.
money, hopefully she won't. But are you mentally stable to make sure you're taking care of the child with this money that has been laid out
Yeah,
already
I would
for
hope
them?
so. With her money, the money he dropped, and she
And
got little
got
baby
a
money.
Right,
Yeah,
so
so I
she
would
got
hope.
a baby's baby, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, Jason is like 9, but yeah, she just started a trucking company and other stuff she got going on. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, if it was a man of her age, they would have been eating him up because she's an older woman. This is a younger boy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
She old enough to
Yeah, because she
be
and her
his mom,
she and her,
right?
I think
she
she's
in
like
his
38.
late 30s.
and
Yeah,
he's
she and her,
23,
and he's
so
23.
15.
yeah.
Yeah, she old enough to be his
Yeah,
mom.
so
Yeah.
she knew what
So
she was
she
doing,
knew-
and he
she-
knew what he
yeah.
was doing.
Yeah, she definitely knew
Yeah.
what she was doing for real, and he did too. I mean, he
Yeah.
out here just trying to screw though. That's little
You
young,
trying to screw?
little young fool that got a whole bunch of money.
That's what I'm saying. It was all good when y'all was having sex, you know, unprotected sex. And now that she's
That's-
pregnant,
Why
that's
is you 38 still trying to have kids?
Listen, that's
Yeah.
because she want the money.
she wants the money, honey.
That's the only thing I fought him for. Like, bro, if you got her pregnant because the condom broke,
yeah.
that's one thing.
Right.
But you got her pregnant because you just ain't using
You
protection.
ain't using no protection.
So
Where's
no.
his?
So it's not
Y'all-
like
your
she-
parents ain't in your ear about
Yeah.
this shit.
So we can't just say
That's
she
funny.
was
He
trying
just
to
think
get
he's wrong.
pregnant. We knew what would come out of that, but neither one of them was thinking in that situation.
Yeah.
Well, she hit the jackpot, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like he's the dumb one. Like, stop, put a Jimmy on. Stop getting mad at these women because they won't go get an abortion.
I
What will
think-
solve
I
that
think
is
he-
if you strap up.
I think he's the dumb one, but I think she's dumber.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean,
To me, she's worse than he is. And I only say that because if it's really true that bro told her, even though he didn't use a condom, that's where
but what abortion
completely
costs
follow.
$100K?
I mean, it don't. But
Yeah.
that's my point.
He wasn't
You're
thinking.
giving her the money to do the abortion and to say, yeah, bitch, okay, get the abortion and here goes some more money for, what they call it, what they call the thing.
For what?
They call it when they give people money for they suffering or whatever. they call
For her pain and suffering?
pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Like, man, here go. Look, because your abortion ain't gonna be about maybe $1,000. If he gave $100K,
You got
like
insurance or
here goes some
Yeah.
stuff. Like, yeah, this is for
And then that's with her
Inconvenience.
though. So what about the
For
what
that
about,
too.
what
That
about
too,
the
right.
other woman he got pregnant? He sent her the same text messages. She kept saying like,
I ain't
I
heard
don't
about no
want
other
to.
woman.
Yeah, they got
I
screenshots.
heard
and
it's
everything.
3.
Yeah, he
I
got.
heard
he
it's
already-
That's
three
all
women.
pregnant.
No, he got 3 children. I think he got one.
Oh, he
but
already got kids.
Yeah, but another woman he has pregnant, he sent her text messages and was telling her, he kept saying, but what about the pill? And she was trying to talk about other stuff. And he was like, okay, so back to the pill. That's all he wanted to talk about.
Right.
So I was laughing reading the messages, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, like, here you go again, brawling somebody and trying to force someone to get an abortion. Once that happens, you no longer have say over my body.
Yeah. I mean, but even
Right.
if you going with the raw, you ain't even trying to pull out. Just
Like,
Pull out.
or your pull-out game is weak.
clearly.
Once the little things start swimming, you don't know if
Yeah.
blood
I
already
mean,
shot up.
bang out.
Yeah.
Bang out right quick.
Put a Jimmy on. You are Ant-Man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But if you just refuse to do that, at least bang out.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't bagging out no more.
Clearly. You just paying $1 million.
I wouldn't even trust one to bag out.
I tried to go with what she was saying.
I wouldn't even trust one.
stinging if you got a rub on. I've heard God
I can't
say
feel
that.
it.
I ain't never heard him say that, but I have heard the man don't feel the same.
Yeah,
don't feel. I
yeah.
can't feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
I
heard
used to be
that
like,
mostly.
that's a lie.
But
Because
then
I
God
know
knows
this
specific-
thing, you feel it.
This
Okay.
nigga. All right.
Oh,
All right, y'all.
This red snapper, I know.
Every red
This
snapper.
red snapper, I know you feel this red snapper, so that's a lie. That's how I
Happy
feel,
Friday, y'all. Episode 15 is done. It's in the books. We gonna let Vanessa and that red snapper
Red
Go
snapper.
snap.
go snap
That's a
Nard up.
Snap somebody, right. Snap on.
That's red snapper.
So ghetto.
I
So ratchet.
know.
She did this snapper.
Snapper.
You see my
Red
this snapper.
Not the ER, but the A.
Snapper.
The
Yeah,
PPA.
snapper. Yeah. That's that part.
Oh man, y'all crazy. Y'all
Love
crazy.
y'all.